Hey, what's going on, Christmas? Alrighty, I guess I should press the button and go live. Let's do some just chatting for a little bit because it's been a little while since I've just sat and chatted. I've been I need to talk to some folks about getting a just chatting set up and get everything going on. What is up? What is up? I forgot what day of the week it was. It's Thursday. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. It feels like it was Tuesday, but happy Thursday. I did something I thought I would never do in such a long time. I am not a huge dude, I love that the emotes, I found the thing that lets the emotes crawl across the screen. And if you ask me how I did it, I don't remember, dude. It's been such a long time. It's been such a long time. Man, I did something. Okay, so oh my god, dude. I am getting my thoughts together. I have a lot of stuff to talk about today. Okay, so it's been a little while since I've done a lot of stuff. I did something I didn't think I would be doing in a while. And I actually reinstalled Final Fantasy XIV. Now, I know that's a little weird to be reinstalling Final Fantasy XIV. Oh, wow, my mouth is, all over the place. Hold on. Let's fix this. Let's fix this. There's no reason that I should be, doing weird stuff. Okay. Okay. So I never thought I'd, reinstall Final Fantasy XIV. Oh, okay, hold on. Now my mouth is acting super weird. Give me 1 sec. We got to fix this configuration today. Because this is not something that I wanted to... I'm going to lose my mind if my mouth keeps acting like this. Mouth. We're going to fix this live. Okay? Okay. All right. Hopefully this is fixed. Hopefully this is fixed a little bit. I don't even know if this is fixed a little bit. I don't know, man. Okay. All right, well, whatever. I'll just live with it for the time being. It's doing the thing again where it thinks my mouth is not open even though it is. Oh, well. Okay. So I was never expecting to reinstall Final Fantasy XIV. It's been such a while that I ever wanted to reinstall it. God, where am I going with this? This is so boring. Fuck it. My mouth is all fucked up today. So be it. I'm spurging out here. We're having a moment. It's okay. It's just between us. It's just between us guys, right? No, so, no, I thought I'd never have to reinstall Final Fantasy XIV because I was oh, I'm done with this game. Dawn Trail kind of kicked me out. I just wasn't feeling it. I just wasn't feeling it at all. And then what happened was that I someone that I mod for is back to streaming. And he just goes, hey, I'm playing Final Fantasy 14. And like all the other mods are like, okay, let's play Final Fantasy 14 with him. And I'm like, fuck, I don't want to play Final. I mean, like, not that I don't want to play it. I absolutely love Final Fantasy to death. But like, the dude's a huge streamer. It's gonna be like a good fun time. Even if I don't play with the streamer himself, just to play with my friends that are back in because of it. I'm genuinely interested to see what happens with it. So expect, I don't know if I'm going to ever be streaming it because I feel like that content's like not as great. All right. Sorry. Let me press this stupid button. Maybe this will fix it. Okay. All right. Okay, so there you go. That fixed it kind of. So I never expected to go back in. So I re-downloaded the client. I bought some stuff. I was like, okay, let's go. Let's get some game time. Let's boot it up. And I boot it up and I log in and I'm immediately filled with dread. But my friends are having so much fun doing it that I'm like, fuck it. I'm back in. And that's kind of just how my day started. Like, it started like so like crazy. The fact that I'm going back into something that I thought I'd never go back in again today, too. But after that, dude, I had a huge Christmas party yesterday. Huge Christmas party yesterday. Saw a bunch of folks, a bunch of, like, my IRL friends. And my IRL friends has become my Warhammer friend group. I don't know if you guys know about this. Like, do you guys ever have, like, an IRL friend group that's just like, hey, we were just hanging out, we were doing this thing. Now we all play Warhammer. We get together once a week. We play, my LGS closes down because they don't normally support Warhammer, but they're not open on Wednesdays. So I usually get together with friends and we do Warhammer on those days, right? Like we like sneak in and like push the tables together and, you know, we put stuff together and we play Warhammer. So we're hanging out last night and we're like, oh, right. The next week is Christmas. Let's get ready to play. We're going to play tonight. You know, like, this is the last time we're going to play before the new year, right? And even after the new year, we might wait a week or whatever. And we have 5 people that play Warhammer together in this group, like 5 like dudes vibing. So like we don't have enough to play like a 2v2 or a 3v3 because then there's always an odd man out. So last night, we're just all volunteering to be the fucking odd man out. How crazy is that? Like, we all love the game, but we're just all so tired, and we're like, I don't want to be hung up playing Warhammer until midnight. So we're all just sitting there, and we're like, hey, I'll take a break. I'll pass on playing today. No, I'll pass on playing today. Well, you know, if you want to take a break, or if you want to play this week, I'll take a break. So we're all 5 of us are like, hey, maybe I'll take a break from playing today. Let everybody else play. And then we get to the point where I just turn to my friends and I'm just like, hey guys, I don't think we want to play this week. I think we just want to hang out. And that's the most crazy part. The fact that like 5 dudes are just like, who show up to play Warhammer, mind you, who get the shop closed to play Warhammer, are just like, nah, fuck it. We're not playing Warhammer today. We're not like that's like, I don't understand how we got to that point. But it was really good because instead of playing Warhammer, we went to a Christmas party and we sat down and we just ate snacks and talked about Warhammer. We talked about Warhammer lore. We talked about Warhammer just in general. And it was so crazy for guys that were just like, hey, I'm not going to play Warhammer this week, to like get up and just talk about Warhammer. I mean, look, that's how you know we're fucking nerds, dude. Imagine being like a Magic the Gathering player or like, I don't know, World of Warcraft or anything else. I don't know. I got to think about something that you would play in person. It's like, imagine if you're like, you played touch football with your friends. I mean, I'm on Twitch, so like no one actually plays touch football. But like, come on. Imagine you're playing touch football with your friends, right? And then you go to show up and play touch football with your friends, and you're like, you know what, fuck it. No one here wants to play touch football today. So, you cancel playing touch football, and then before you know it, everybody's just talking about touch football. That's the weird part. That's the crazy part, dude. I don't know. It was just really fun. It was a lot, but like I had a blast. I really I really enjoyed the Christmas party. And then I was like, dude, not only was I a responsible adult, and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna stay, or I'm not gonna play Warhammer all night, right? I was a responsible adult and said, okay, fuck it. Not only that, but I am gonna go out of my way to make it that I'm gonna go out of my way to leave early so that I can go to the gym. Isn't that insane? Like the fact that I'm just going out to the gym instead of enjoying a Christmas party or doing all this other stuff. Because I was like, well, yeah, like if I don't go to the gym now, I'm gonna have to go to the gym tomorrow, and I really don't want to go to the gym tomorrow. Like, I think I might be a little bit cringe. Maybe just a little bit cringe. Okay? That's just me. But yeah, I mean, like, that's all I've really been up to. Like, there's not much. I have a horrible mistake of... If you ever wonder why I come to stream late, and, like, why, like, it's 6:30, it's 6:35, it's 6:40. Where's Arzen? Where's ArzenVT, the half-demon VTuber? I'm watching fucking LolCal Live, dude. That shit, LolCal Live is insane. It is like such a... It's like trashy reality TV. Except people like... You find the worst people and you put them with the not so worst people and you kind of just like mash it all together. That shit is so fun to watch and so addicting because it's a continuous drama circle. It never ends. Like, originally, like, I watched the show since the beginning. Like, it popped up on my YouTube feed. I was like, oh, this seems really cool. Let me watch it. I think it was because I was, like, interested in, like, what Wings of Redemption was doing. Because I caught on to, like, another thing or whatever. And I just was there from the start. I don't remember what got me into it. But then, like, you go on and you just keep watching. And then they do shit. And I'm just like... It feels like old internet. Except for the fact that it cannibalizes itself very quickly. Because, like, the way that it works is that one person has to do something very dumb. Which is not that hard because there are a whole bunch of lol cows. Then when one person does something very dumb, they have 12 different channels talking about it, and they constantly pass the audience from one person to the next. Which is, like... It feels almost unsustainable. And somehow they do it. Somehow it sticks through, which is insane. Like, what made you think... I don't know. Like, I understand that it's farming the lolcows for content. But, like, damn, dude. That whole universe is, like, a brilliant idea. And every time that I'm like, man, maybe I'm going to stop watching this. Maybe I'm good with this. Maybe I'll, like, do something productive. Right? Maybe I'll watch, like, I don't know, like World of Warcraft lore videos or something else. I go back to watching my junk food reality TV that doesn't matter. Isn't that crazy? LolCal Live is like the whole, like, God, never let anybody tell you that, like, Boogie, Keemstar, and the people that they surround themselves with aren't entertainers. Because they most definitely are. I would definitely go in there and, like... Because they, like, accept call-ins and stuff like that. But Keemstar does not like VTubers. He does not like VTubers at all. And that's... He had some, like, real cringe shit happen to him. And also, VTubers are kind of crazy, dude. Like, the VTubing community and everything about it is very, very crazy. And I get it. And I don't take offense to it. I completely understand. So, like, Speaking of crazy, I'm trying to think of what else is on like my just chatting list. I should make like a bulleted point that's like just chatting A B C D. Make sure you talk about all this stuff. Dude, I played Legends of Runeterra the other day. Not Legends of Runeterra. No, that game's gone. Dude, I played Riftbound the other day, and that game is so good in person. I played Riftbound at my local store, and I think I placed third in a big tournament. And now, like, on Mondays, I go out of my way to play Riftbound with friends. And, like, that game is so complex, yet so simple. And, man, okay, I had a panic attack going to play Riftbound the other day. I went to play Riftbound the other day. And I sign up for my first tournament. And they make you sign in with your Riot Games account. And the Riot Games account goes, like... So for those that don't know, I play 2XKO. And because I've been playing and streaming 2XKO, I was like, oh, I'm just going to make my Riot Games account my Twitch username. The fact that I'm a VTuber that showed up in person with my Riot Games account being ArzenVT was a very bad idea because I kind of accidentally exposed myself IRL. Not in that way, you assholes. And I'm like sitting there panicking. And I'm like, oh no, is the guy who I clearly know behind the counter, and I've known that behind the counter for years, is he going to call my name and he's going to be like, ArzenVTuber, please go to this table. I was literally going to shit myself if that happened. Like, please go to the table. And I'd be like, fuck, dude. So I'm like, oh man, do I just leave? Like you guys ever get that moment where you're just like, fuck, do I just leave? Do I just go? Nah, dude. Instead of doing that, I was like, all right, I'm going to just suck it up. I've just exposed myself, and so be it. I do have a funny creator story like that. It's not the first time that I've accidentally been doxxed. And not like doxed in like the here's your home address, but like doxed as in like here's your first name, last name. So like forever ago, in a past life, we'll say it that way. In a past life, I used to like commentate on tournaments. And one of the tournaments that I loved commentating on, my buddy owned the org and he ran like all the tournaments. He ran the stream. He put together everything. My job was to just show up and like yap and talk about stuff and be like a color commentator and then sometimes be a technical commentator. By the way, color commentary is great because all you have to do is just talk, just yap. And I don't know if you guys have met me, but I am so good at yapping. So what happens is that I go up and I go to color commentate and I go, oh no. Because I look at the stream, right? I look at the stream, and because this is my buddy who knows me super well, he put my first name, last name, and then the fucking my Twitch handle underneath when I was trying to be anonymous. Well, at least kind of anonymous, right? Like obviously you can only do so much to be anonymous. And so, like, I'm just like, dude, I just sit there. And I don't know if you guys have ever just had this, like, overwhelming, like, despair above your head, right? And I'm just like, no, dude, no way that my friend just exposed me to the biggest audience I've ever been in front of before. Now, they probably didn't care. They probably didn't know who I was. And I, like, got a little bit of followers from it. And, like, you know, a little bit of stuff here and there. But, like, he did this thing, and I'm just like, oh, no. Right? Because you're just like, dude. And then I'm just like, fuck it. My name's just out there now. This is just something I'm going to have to accept. And I'm going to have to keep casting. But, yeah, that's how my friend accidentally doxed me in real life. Oh, man. Do I have any other cool stories to tell? I want to do a little bit of a reaction to Total War 40k stuff because the Total War 40k stuff's coming out very, very soon. Not very soon, but like like we got the trailer coming out, right? Like the trailer came out, like 40K stuff was just out, right? And with 40K stuff being out, you know, I want to be able to essentially like talk about it. I want to see what their community notes and everything like that is there. And then after that, we'll talk about like we'll talk about like we'll essentially play the game, right? I'll stop yapping and we'll play the game. But until then, I want to like just be like, okay, how did this play? How did this play? Right? What's going on with this? How are we doing that? Right? So let's get that all set. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick, and then I will share my screen, and we'll kind of get it going. Right? So let me pull that up. Total War 3 or Total War Warhammer 40K. I want to watch. This is what I wanted to watch. I wanted to watch the Game Vision Development Roundtable. That's very funny that like when I watch stuff on YouTube, sometimes my own stream that I'm currently on pops up and goes, "Have you considered watching the stream?" I'm like, brother, of course I haven't. You think I watch my own streams? Oh, that's not big enough. Okay, here we go. Also, that's what she said, dude. That is what she said. Okay, let's grab this. Let's grab this. Let's grab that. Let's throw me in the corner like the... Oh, and then I guess I could change my category on Twitch real quick. So let me do that. Let's go over to Twitch. Let's go to this, creator dashboard, stream manager. That's the wrong thing. Well, that is kind of the right thing, right? How the heck do I change from just chatting? Warhammer 3. Okay. There we go. Save that. Okay. Is this... I gotta turn the sound on here, which is gonna break this other thing. Give me 1 sec, guys. Bam. Turn this all the way down. Okay. Let's unmute the tab. I usually... Spoiler alert, by the way, if you ever want to, like, make sure you don't mess anything up while you're live or streaming or whatever, make sure you mute your tabs. You can right-click and mute your tabs to stop yourself from, like, accidentally playing a video before you're ready or other stuff like that. So... All right, let's watch this. Let's watch this developer roundtable.
We've taken it so much further with this game.
There is war everywhere. You're not fighting on one planet. You're fighting on many planets.
So this is my guess. My guess is that instead of just getting a normal like you know how like in Total War we have like the city connects to city connects to city. We're gonna get something that's more like planet fighting planet fighting planet. Kind of like I don't think it's like No Man. I'm trying to think of anything that I could do. Any space game where you could just click on a planet and it shows the details and it allows you to move to the planet. That's the kind of thing that I think we're gonna end up getting.
That's huge even for Total War scale.
That's one thing that I'm kind of worried about, right, is the scale of what Total War is going to become, because of the fact that, like, if they let you focus too hard and let you go too deep into a planet, you're going to get lost in it, and then you're going to spend all your time conquering a planet, and then, like, the game is going to feel super overwhelming. But if you give it but if you go too shallow, and you're like, okay, go visit a planet, here's one battle to make sure you conquer the planet, it's probably not going to be great. So you probably want one of like a sweet spot in between. Maybe you have a couple, like, I don't know what else to think about. Like, I think there was something like that in Spore. I don't know if you guys remember Spore. Okay, either way.
You're not fighting on one planet. You're fighting on many planets.
That's huge even for Total War scale.
Dude, the fucking sky laser is so sick. Anytime that they put a sky laser in anything, it just makes me so hype. But like if you look at the top left, it looks like that you have some sort of like 2 factors of resources for the Ultramarines. I'm guessing the left is like your chapter amount, your troop amount, something on like that, and on the right is your resources. I don't know.
Welcome to Total War Warhammer 40,000 Developer Roundtable. I'm Nasta, Senior Community Manager on Total War.
And
Hi,
I'm Josh,
Nasta.
Head of Player Engagement on Total War.
Hi, Joshua.
Today, we are joined by some of our development team to give you the very first glimpse into what Total War Warhammer 40,000 will bring.
Exactly. You've seen the trailer by now, and today we're going to be here giving you the broad strokes of what you can expect from our next title. So before we begin, let's get some introductions out the way. Dave, care to kick us off?
Hello, I'm Dave Petrie. I'm the product owner for Battles on Total War, and I'm going to try and spend this interview not hogging all the time talking about orcs.
For people that don't know what a product owner is like someone that, like, when they say that they're the owner, they're responsible for everything on the ins and outs. It's a way of saying like a manager of the whole entire thing, but an owner means they are controlling every aspect of it. The only thing that they're not controlling is like the funds that end up going to end up going out.
Hi, I'm Ian Roxburgh. I'm the Principal Creative Director.
Hi, I'm Simon Mann. I'm a lead designer, primarily focused on the campaign gameplay.
So this game has been something our fans have been waiting for a long time. So how does it feel to finally reveal it?
Oh, it's been brilliant. We've been working on the game for such a while. To finally be able to come out and talk about it with our fans is really great. There's so much enthusiasm for this setting within the team.
Dude, imagine being Creative Assembly. Oh, that's what they're called, right? Okay, they are called Creative Assembly. Imagine being Creative Assembly who's been working on Total War 40K for like the past like 4 years, 5 years, and no one's allowed to talk about it because of the fact that like, yeah, well, just in general, because you're spending so long working on this. Maybe they're not working on it for 5 years. Maybe they're working on it for 2 or 3. But no one's allowed to talk about it. And what they're doing is like they have to sit there, and people are just like, "Oh, okay. Well, I really wish Creative Assembly would get off their butt making fantasy and just try making 40K." And like the guy, like the developer that's sitting behind the desk coding the orcs is like, "We're doing it. Just be patient."
Around the office, and everyone's painting minis and creating armies and playing the game, and it's such a great...
Yo, those are painted super well. What the fuck? Dude, I'm envious at how good that paint... Like, yellow is one of the hardest things to paint.
A great atmosphere and so much excitement and passion for this setting. It's really nice to be able to actually talk about it openly for the first time.
So when you sat down with that massive list of every possible...
By the way, they're playing Orcs versus Ultramarines, staged. No one wants to... I mean, well, that's not true. I was going to say no one wants to play Ultramarines. There's tons of people that actually really like Ultramarines. But still, you know what I mean.
future Total War title, what was it that encouraged you to settle on Total War Warhammer 40,000 as our next adventure?
Well, a number of things, really. I mean, first of all, this setting is just made for a Total War game. And having done the fantasy trilogy with Games Workshop, we've formed a really good relationship with them over the years. And just that passion and the idea that we wanted to bring Total War to the stars, everything just aligned, and it's like, it's pretty much a no-brainer. This is just the perfect project to do next. So, yeah, and we're really excited about it.
I think that Sega probably has a really like Creative Assembly overall has like a really good reputation with Games Workshop, because the fact that they were able to make 3 Total War Warhammers and the fact that they were allowed to add something like Cathayan has just been fantastic. And this was not a flattering pause. I apologize.
The setting is unlike anything we did before and explored before. So what was the vision that was guiding your design approach?
Right at the very top level, there is no peace amongst the stars, and that's the guiding principle for everything we do. There's only war in this game. It's like there's the scars of previous wars for thousands of years. There's ongoing war wherever you go. It's all around you, and you'll leave scars of the wars you're engaged in for future generations. So it's all about that. but it's also about how you engage with the game and how your faction, the choices you make, the decisions you make, even the kind of units you fight and how they fight. You can design them. There's a level of customization in the game where you can define the way you fight your war, the way you choose to, and the way you define your story.
Wait, did they just say that they're doing unit customization? Like, hold on. We got to rewind 2 seconds.
How they fight. You can design them. There's a level of customization in the game where you can define the way you fight your war, the way you choose to, and the way you define your stories, and how that internal narrative develops.
Oh, never mind.
Experience with the game.
I know we have like an army painter thing coming out, which is kind of sick. That's very, very exciting. I'm actually quite hyped.
Well, you've just touched on them there, but the factions. So this is a setting with a massive, rich, diverse cast of factions and characters and settings. How did you go about settling on Space Marines, Astra Militarum, Orcs, and Eldari as our starting races?
That's such a crazy thing that we don't have Chaos and we don't have Tyranids.
I think one thing we wanted to do was seize the opportunity to make some really cool asymmetric factions. I think the Warhammer 40,000, certainly the tabletop.
Oh, I
and
guess
the universe
asymmetric is
itself
kind of cool.
offer us a lot of opportunities to bring asymmetry between these factions. They're all very different, right? If you look around this room and all the different kind of 4 factions you see around you, they're all going to play and feel very different to one another. That obviously meant we couldn't do all of them at once, right? We had to pick just a limited number because we really wanted to put the effort in to make each one very special. We decided to start with the Space Marines. For us, we think they're kind of one of the most important factions for our telling.
If you do a Warhammer game and there's no like hints towards Space Marines, you're kind of like just doing it wrong. I'll be real honest. Like, if you ever just release like a 40K game and there's like no Space Marines whatsoever, you are 100% like ruining not ruining the IP. Don't get me wrong, but like you are like throwing away a big hunk of money.
Of the Warhammer 40,000 universe. They are this elite troops. They are the kind
Dude,
of
that's
scions
such
of
a
the
good
Emperor.
art.
Their goal is to defend humanity, protect it from threats both within and without. But they're very limited, right? There's not lots of them. So when you're playing as them, you're not fielding tens of thousands of troops, right? You're fielding maybe kind of 100, 200
Yeah, you're
troops.
fielding
But
elites.
each one of those is worth 100 of any enemy. So they're really fun to play, and you're not controlling lots of units. So there's this kind of gameplay that feeds into that. We also really wanted to bring a faction that feels very Total War. We decided to go with the Astra Militarum because they are billions of men and women. Once again, they're all kind of part of...
I wonder how they're going to justify Astra Militarum going to war with Space Marines.
The Imperium of Man. They're trying to defend humanity from the Xenos threats. But there are lots of them, right? Like, they are massed forces, regiments, there is artillery.
I'm so
there is
surprised
front
we didn't
lines.
get Tyranids.
Something you'd see as a very military faction, right? Even down to their industrial complex, where they're building industry on planets and developing them in order to kind of fuel the machine and fund the development of more like tanks and infantry. So they kind of come in as a really nice kind of contrast to that, and a faction that I think a lot of more traditional Total War players will really vibe with, because it's got a lot of that kind of heraldry to it, as it were. I think the next faction that we chose to do was the Orcs. The Orcs are a really big part of the universe, but they're the enemy, right? We needed someone for the kind of Imperium to be battling against. And the Orcs, they are massed green tide of kind of chaos and energy that's charging across a battlefield.
I will tell you this. Orcs are so fundamental in the universe. And the fact that they are... like, they're such like a classic villain. I'm pretty sure the first Space Marine, the poster boys for the villain were the Orcs.
Armed with metal sticks and
I got like
axes
6
and
messages.
whatever
Let's
they
see what's
can
going on.
jerry-rig together. Rocket launchers on sticks, but also like vehicles, right, which they've repurposed from Imperial scrap. Right, they're literally deconstructing the Imperium to build their own kind of war machines, as it were. And they offer this kind of beautiful energy to the more kind of military regimented side that you get with the Imperium. Lastly, we chose to do the Eldari. We really wanted to kind of push the boat out a little bit and sort of really push what it means to be a faction within a Total War game, right? Like, they play totally differently to anything I think we've ever done in the past, right? I don't think we've done anything quite like this. They aren't a faction which is built for kind of massed combat, right? Like, it's not big armies fighting one another. Every loss to the Eldari doesn't get returned, right? Their souls are being taken away by the Chaos Gods. Like, they are literally kind of fighting to death to try and protect the universe and the galaxy itself. So
I do have to say, the Eldari have so many, like, cool designs overall, and the fact that, like, they use their own people's souls to, like, pilot things and, like, you know, like, work tanks. Like, if you have a tank and you have a bunch of gems on the outside of it, those are the soul stones of, like, your fellow elves that are there, that are like, hey, you are using your energy to help pilot this tank.
you're not fighting, once again, as say, in this kind of frontline style aspects. You're using the webways, and you're using your kind of stealth and your advanced technology, right, which none of the other factions have available to them, to actually kind of achieve your goals, right? And your goals aren't always just conquest, right? Your goals may actually be just kind of, don't allow this awful thing to happen. Stop this calamity that could be occurring to the galaxy. Like, everyone else is still trying to kill you while you're trying to do that, but you know what your mission is and what you need to achieve, and you approach it with kind of grim determination.
So how did that affect the design approach?
So I think the main thing is when we took the kind of Space Marines, right? Like, as I say, I think for us they're a really important faction for what kind of we want to tell in our story of this universe. They're not like a traditional Total War faction in a lot of ways. They are a very limited force, and so it's going to be a really fun gameplay style. If you are these kind of superhuman troops, but I guess your kind of weakness is you're limited in number, right? Like, you can.
So that's one of the things that I kind of really like when you play elites, is that like you get this thing where you're not punished for, or you get like superior micro, I guess is the way to put it, right? Like, you know, one guy, what'd they say? One guy equals 100 guys or whatever. But like the idea is that you can't have these guys everywhere at once, right? When you have a lot of weaker units, you know, it's what's the phrase I'm looking for? You kind of like aren't able to like swarm, if that makes sense. Like, and like you can't just split up guys and do all these different things at once, right? Having smaller dudes and not as elite dudes lets you send a bunch of people all over the place to do separate things.
Take on any foe on those battlefields, but you've also got to make sure you're kind of measuring your losses, right? Because you're not building infrastructure, right? You're not kind of able to build new constructions in the same way as maybe the other factions. So you are really reliant on these troops that you've brought in to fight the battle, but it's also really fun to fight the battle as them.
And what about Astra Militarum? They are quite different.
They are. They're a lot more of a traditional, I like to call it a Total War faction. You know, massed ranks of infantry lines and artillery. If you want that more Total War experience when you play this game, I'd pick up the Astra Militarum. They're definitely hitting that right on their head.
So they're going to use the Astra Militarum as kind of like this transition point for Total War players to be able to get into the game, right? They're going to be able to, like, you know, you'll suit up, you'll go in, you'll get a traditional army. Like, that's why I feel like they chose Astra Militarum, as to be like the bridge between games.
How is it that they're emulating that traditional Total War experience?
Well, as I said, it's more about building up resources, supply, building infrastructure to recruit an army in what you would expect most Total War games to have as a core. With some of the other factions, we're moving away from that and trying very asymmetrical ideas that you progress through the game in slightly different ways. Whereas with the Astra Militarum, they are the humans throughout the galaxy. So, you know, it's more grounded in what we would say Total War has been as a staple for so many years. So to me, that's my meat and drink.
And what about Eldari and Orcs?
The Eldari have been really interesting for us, right? Like, as I say, I think sometimes a faction comes along and they're so unique that you kind of have to do them justice, right? Like, they are a dying race due to a kind of major cataclysm that has occurred to them many, many kind of eons ago. So they are kind of...
The major cataclysm, by the way, I don't know why he doesn't just say it. They created Slaanesh, the god of pleasure. And what that does is that makes it so that the Slaanesh is hunting for every elvish soul to eat them up, to go om nom 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 and gobble them up.
Trying to prevent these cataclysms occurring, kind of more tragedy that could befall kind of humanity or any other race in the galaxy. They're not a faction that will fight toe to toe. utilizing your webway gates as a kind of traversal mechanism to move quickly from place to place, including moving to your craft world, a kind of off-map setup piece, which is actually where you're recruiting all your units. And you're setting up your various shrines, which allow you to access your more elite troops going through. So there's this really interesting gameplay here that, once again, a bit like the Space Marines, you're quite limited in number. Your troops are not a kind of infinite resource that you can use. You're actually kind of having to, once again, use them carefully because they're all a glass cannon. Every soul lost is a soul not returned, right? So you have to really pick your fights and kind of
I
challenge your
wonder
enemy.
if you're going to be limited on recruiting. Like, are Eldari going to be limited on recruiting because the fact that they can't replenish their like group? I don't know.
And then there are orcs.
Go on, Dave, do it.
They're much less about that sort of like weird, sneaky stuff like hiding. They're much more upfront about building up a huge mass of boys and basically smashing through the solar system, through the galaxy in a big, terrible war, right? When that comes to the campaign, there are actually some sort of
Dude, shit is
parallels
so
with,
sick,
with
dude.
the, Astra Militarum, for example, in that there are loads of them. They are building up resources, but they are much, much more about building up momentum and continuing to fight and continuing to It's crumping with the lads. You know, it's continuing to fight and continuing to push forwards a front line and making sure that the boys don't get bored and start fighting each other, right? It's about taking him and his lads and basically smashing along and keeping that momentum up and making sure you've always got something interesting to sink a chopper into.
Dave likes the orcs.
I love orcs.
Yeah. Won't be able to tell.
You've grown the scale for what we're fighting for from provinces to planets. How are you going to capture both the small details of planetary warfare and obviously the wider conflict?
So it kind of starts with you're fighting on a planet, right? You're fighting in a battle, a kind of real-time experience. You've got thousands of troops kind of charging across the surface of a hive world, right? Kind of fighting in the streets of a hive city, firing powerful bombardments kind of at one another, either from orbit or from off field, right? And you're kind of fighting to take that hive city, maybe back for the Imperium in some manner. Zooming out a bit further than that, that was a battle on a planet, right? So once you complete that battle, you're now on the planet. You captured the region. Well done, the hive city, it's now yours. Because you've taken that hive city, you now have access to further resources and large populations of it, like billions of people are living in these hive cities.
Okay.
That affects your kind of campaign across that planet, right? Because you've captured that hive city, you've now got a staging point to advance across the other regions of the planet,
All right.
each of which themselves would be a different kind of battle type. Kind of zooming up further to that, you then have your kind of fleets around the planet, right? Like your fleets are able to drop forces to where they need to be into kind of certain key regions. They're able to support with, as say, off-map bombardments, both in campaign and in battle. But then they're also able to kind of just ferry your troops. They are transport as well as that. And obviously, that's because you're not fighting on one planet. You're fighting on many planets as you go. You're traveling your forces kind of to many different front lines, many different battlefields, trying to take control of this overall planetary system. So your fleets are kind of your key motivator for that. And obviously, it's not just traveling planet to planet, right? Like there are anomalies, there are things to do in the space between as well. So there's a strategy layer that you're kind of having to interact with. We didn't stop there. Like even better than that, like we are now offering you kind of a further context, right? Like much like campaigns give a context to your battle, right? Capturing that hive city changed the way that you play. We are now saying that actually your campaign matters. The result of this campaign
That's
will
actually
change
very cool.
the kind of future of the galaxy itself, because we've moved up to this other layer where you're fighting in what we call a crusade theater, which is a kind of area of the galaxy which is seen as a kind of hot point for conflict with factions fighting one another.
When they say your campaign matters, I wonder how that's going, like how they're going to apply it, because there's a ton of people that like will play through a campaign and then will just stop playing a bit of the way through.
And in these key areas, you are fighting in systems. You're also sometimes just fighting pivotal battles as well. And that's the idea behind it, is you now have a context for it. It's not just a campaign and it's a one and done thing and you had great fun and it's over. It's a campaign, you had great fun, look what it's done to your next steps. What campaigns trigger from that? What battles come from it? How do you advance your faction after that? So when you go into the next campaign, maybe you are more prepared or even more powerful than you were previously.
So the scars of your campaigns and your battles, they're all going to be shown on that crusade theater level.
That's
So what's
actually
the
super
worst thing
cool.
you could do to a planet?
That adds
You
like
can destroy planets entirely.
oh.
So
Pretty
previous,
bad.
We're gonna exterminatus some
unlike
peeps.
previous games as well, we obviously have let you raise cities, but there was always an opportunity to rebuild. But in the world of kind of Total War Warhammer 40,000, we are actually letting you just blow up and destroy a planet. It is a permanent action. There's no backseas, there's no takebacks. But also remember, it's not something that can be done frivolously, right? Like blowing up a planet by the Imperium is something requiring multiple layers of authorization.
Yeah.
They would much rather throw away 1 billion human souls to reclaim a world.
I
than destroy
mean,
it. However, there are extreme circumstances, and we do let you push the button.
Fantastic.
I mean, unless you're an
Assuming we have
inquisitor at
anywhere to
certain
fight,
points.
I have a very big question for you. Ed. There's been a lot of speculation about it. You know, it's such an integral part of Total War, and fans have gone back and forth on how we do it, how we wouldn't do it. Battles. How did you approach designing battles in Total War Warhammer 40,000?
That is, oh, there we go. That is a massive question, and I think with anything of this scale, like the first thing that you do is
Quick resolve,
you
quick
go to the
resolve,
source
quick
material,
resolve.
Right, you go straight into the codexes, and you go into the tabletop, and you play it, and you really feel it, and you get to know all of the factions, all the potential factions.
Dude,
and the different,
random people are
combination of
crazy,
things that
man.
Can happen. You look at all the toys and the fun stuff that you can do there, and then you start to think, well, how can we sort of transpose that to Total War, right? And obviously scale is a big thing for us. So we thought, well, we need to make sure we have ways to bring in all sorts of stuff, make sure that you can, keep to sort of supplying the battlefield with your powerful units. So something that came as a real sort of natural occurrence was we have to have reinforcement play a really big part in what battles are. Again, not only for the scale, but also to create that sort of intrinsic link between the campaign. So now when we're playing, for example, Space Marines, who you've got sat on your fleet really, really matters, right? Because those are the people that are going to be able to come in via drop pod. They're going to be able to slam into the battlefield. You talk about destruction. They can knock down buildings, right? They can destroy elements of the battlefield, change the battlefield, and they can start killing things where you need them to be.
That's
Right?
so
Space
crazy,
Marines can
dude.
become all about that sort of like
Unironically insane.
Swiss Army knife approach to battle, right?
And this is a fundamental part of the tabletop game. As with
Absolutely.
all the factions, it's those reinforcements are a key part of that flavour, and it has to be therefore part of the Total War experience of it.
Absolutely. So when you've got your units that you have specific roles for, they can sometimes now show up where you need them to if you sort of sequester them away in the right places. And we have different methods for each faction.
Yo, what up, Laffy? We're watching the Game Vision Developer Roundtable for Warhammer Total War Warhammer 40K. So essentially, they're just talking about how they're looking to go forward with designing stuff. So this was something that I was like, I really want to watch, but I think I'm going to save it for stream. And that's kind of where we ended up.
Are much more traditional. The Guard have less ways of interjecting directly into the battlefield. They might have to throw wave after wave of their own men up the battlefield in order to, arrive in time to make sure that they get there before the last unit that is probably now flagging might be running away. So to replace them in time to keep them hold that line. You have the Orcs in a similar fashion. They do have some incredible teleportation technology. You wouldn't believe it, but they do. So they can really zap things into the battlefield and do some pretty wild things there too. And then of course you have the Eldari with their webway gates and things like that. So the ability to sort of pop up in unexpected places. All of these methods allow you to bring your toys to the table where you need them, right? And that was a really, really big part of making sure we captured this and sort of.
This is so weird because, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I'm very interested to see how they're going to do battles and when battles are actually going to matter. Because, like, that's one of the big issues, right? Like, how do you make battles matter in like a big enough scale, if that makes sense? Because, like, the universe is so big, what's going to make you choose to fight one battle over another?
Gameplay. I think a lot of people look at this setting and they kind of go, wow, that's really futuristic. And they're right, it feels very futuristic. But a core realization that we had was that this is, it's not a realization we only had, this is it. It is science fantasy, right? So there is so much fantasy wrapped into it. And when you think about the conflicts that go on, yes, there is.
Someone brought up a really good point last night, is that, like, at the end of the day, Warhammer 40K is less sci-fi than it is dark fantasy. So, like, when you're playing this type of stuff, like, you gotta understand that, like, you're consuming dark fantasy. It just happens to have, like, the setting just happens to be a sci-fi or a futuristic setting. So, like, you're going to get more traditional elements out of dark fantasy than sci-fi.
Cover. Yes, there's a lot of ranged combat going on, but there's also like loads of punching, like so much punching, like loads and loads of crumping that goes on. Like you really have a lot of melee going on in these battles. There are lots of forces will sort of mass up and crash into one another. Practically every unit has some sort of combination of a thing that they can shoot you with and a thing that they can punch you with, right? Like in some cases,
it's only sci-fi if you're playing
right?
Tau.
So
True.
There are like so many sort of very sort of familiar elements actually to it when you start to see and realize that there's a lot of sort of like fantasy drives in there, you know, and so those massed armies still happen. There will be massive front lines crashing against one another. So yeah, there's loads of gutsy
It's really
stuff.
like the reinforcement mechanic, the way you fight, even within a faction. It's so much more connected to that campaign experience and how you've teed up that particular setup for the battle, and that's.
So the fact that we're going to have greater campaigns means that like your current campaign is going to influence the next campaign. So the idea is that if you're going to blow up a planet, I'm guessing that means that like it's going to have repercussions down the line. So like let's say you're playing Imperium and I don't know, we'll say Space Marines for the, you know, for whatever. You're playing Imperium, you blow up a planet. Now that area has like a big chunk of less people in it. I'm trying to think of what else happens. People trust you less, like the Imperium less, maybe, and maybe it destabilizes an area. I'm just trying to think of how that would impact stuff.
Key, it's fundamental to the core design as well, but also going back to, you know, understanding that setting and the Warhammer 40,000 universe to that degree, it really brings out, you know, that in the game itself as well. So, you know, having a team that's just so ingrained in this for so many years, like Dave, and it really helps bring out those details. That it makes it authentic, and that's just such a fundamental Total War franchise pillar is authenticity, and you can just see it coming out in this game in all the details as well as the bigger picture. So, I think
one of the biggest things is that these guys like the settings that they make. Oh God, I hear myself. Why do I hear myself? Okay. I think the biggest thing is that these guys understand the setting that they're going for and really, really enjoy that setting, right? Like the idea is that they enjoy the setting that they're looking at.
that's key to what we need to do to bring that out in the game.
And again, on that connection level, we really want to make sure that we capture, again, the scale of these conflicts. So when we're fighting these battles, they're not just like one battle happening in an isolated pocket. You are the flashpoint. You are the most important force fighting in the most important place that will decide the event on effectively that continent, right? But there is war everywhere, all across the planet's surface, right? So you really are that flashpoint. When you show up to battles, you often will have a purpose. There are things that you are trying to achieve. It might be like, securing an orbital cannon, for example, to stop people from using it. But also you'll be joining and fighting against forces that are already present on the battlefield. It is not uncommon that you'll rock up as Space Marines and find that there are a bunch of Astra Militarum about to be overwhelmed by a bunch of sneaky...
You know how I could tell my ADHD is super bad? I understand what they're saying. I hear what they're saying. But instead, my brain just wandered and I thought of like a really, really crazy joke. I don't know how my brain got here, right? But like, I was like, oh man, like I could, because I have some friends that are like raising money for charity this weekend, right? And like all right now and whatnot. They're doing subathons and whatnot. So I was like, oh man, if I ever wanted to raise money for charity, how would I do it? I'm like, well, I just bought Kingdom Hearts, right? I could play through Kingdom Hearts. That'd be very cool, right? I'd have a lot of fun playing through Kingdom Hearts, raising money for charity. And then I was like, what charity would I raise money for? Something that has to do with keys or something like that. And I'm like, oh, I could like raise money for puzzle pieces. Like puzzle pieces is what came to mind. Oh, puzzle pieces, that's autism. And then the joke went, I'm raising money for autism and the money all goes straight to me because I'm autistic. I am not autistic, so that joke doesn't work. But damn, my ADHD went off the rails making that joke in my head while we're trying to watch this Warhammer show, dude. Or this Warhammer briefing, man. That's how crazy my ADHD is.
Eldari, or it might be that you show up as orcs and find that there's loads of really great Astra Militarum to beat the hell out of, right? So it's that kind of level of trying to again capture that scale, make sure we really are doing justice to this sheer volume of stuff and different units that are going to show up in this game.
So we've spoken a lot about Total War Warhammer 40,000, but what is it that really the Total War's bringing here? What is it that our game is doing differently to other games in the 40,000 universe?
Well, okay, I think the main thing here for us is scale.
It's probably
a-
the
it's a
total number of wars.
fundamental Total
That's
War
what's
franchise
happening.
Pillar for starters, but we've taken it so much further with this game. I mean, you literally hear the stuff Dave's talking about. You've got units and single entities on a battlefield down there on the ground, and right from there, and the scale of the battles up to the scale of a region of a planet, to multiple planets in a system, to multiple systems across an entire galaxy, and that's huge even for Total War scale. And it's like we are over the next years going to develop this out, and all the content and everything that fills up that galaxy. But the gameplay and the decisions you make and the way you interact with the game is literally right from down there all the way across the galaxy.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and I think the kind of personalization of your kind of faction, its units, its style, its even down to its mechanics, right? You're creating your faction, right? You're making something unique and personal to you, obviously attached to, hopefully, but I think that adds so much to us. Like I haven't seen anyone else really kind of going to quite the depth that we do. Like you can have different pattern types, you can have kind of different left and right color, you can set your pauldron, or like kind of your knee. Sorry, pauldron's up there. You can set your
I can't wait to make the Piss Marines, dude. Piss Marines are going to be so fun. What we're going to do is we're going to get a bunch of Marines. We're going to make them all yellow and like all different variations of yellow. And we're going to have them just like, I don't know, we'll have like a water drop on the shoulder. And then what's going to happen is that every time we get a kill, we're going to be like, get pissed on, nerd. Piss Marines, Piss Marines, Piss Marines, Piss Marines.
your kneecap to a different color. You can have different decals around your faction. If you want to be a kind of like a, you know, kind of an Ultramarines fanboy and have kind of like the sigil of Ultramar everywhere, you can do that. It's really fun, and we've generally found anyone who's playing it spends a lot of time on that bit, right? Because you really want to make your own faction and feel that, and it honestly is great. It really, really takes me back a long way.
Finally, of everything we spoke about today, what are you the most excited about for our players to experience?
I think for me it is the customization. I know I've literally just mentioned it, but it keeps coming back as this thing, right? Like,
this customization can't just be for Space Marines, right? Like, if they're talking, okay, hear me out. If we're talking about how impactful campaigns are and how your campaign has consequences for each playthrough on this galactic theater that they're talking about, what's going to have to happen is that your faction's going to have to matter and carry over, which means that'll be the same for orcs. You can make your own crumpas. I don't speak Brit. I'm sorry, I don't speak Brit. But then like Eldari, right? You get your own like you get to put like Grandmama's Soulstone in like this cool power armor that you have. Oh, why's the symbol on it look like a penis? Don't worry, Grandmama, just power my suit.
everything comes back to this fact that I think for the first time I've made my faction, right? Like, they're uniquely mine. No one else will have a faction anything like mine, right? Okay, yeah, there'll still be Space Marines, but they're my chapter, right? Like, this is my Force Commander who I've kind of personalized. Like, I'm controlling all that. If I want to have a Space Marine faction that's more about kind of fire mechanics, like I want flamethrowers and melters everywhere, I can make that. I can make a faction that's leaning into that. And that is my kind of way of playing, right?
I think this is going to be like the biggest new step for Total War, because instead of having to, you remember how, I don't know, anybody that's watched has known that I get like choice paralysis. Oh God, what is with me and my pauses today, dude? But like, look, here's the thing. I get choice paralysis based on like too much information overload, and I go, I don't know what I'm going to play. I don't know what's good. I don't know what I'm going to enjoy. By doing customization, you kind of take stuff out of it, and you get to just kind of enjoy yourself. I just hope that this isn't just Space Marines.
I love fire. Fire is great. Normally. But that's the thing, is we're kind of letting you make your own kind of gameplay, essentially, right? Like, here are the problems, here are the challenges that the universe is throwing at you by battles and campaigns and flashpoints, but how do you solve that? How do you build the kind of ultimate faction to kind of deal with any problem that could be thrown at you? I think it's going to give so many kind of hours, maybe.
My faction is going to be all about using railguns and blowing up planets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the piss beam, and I'm going to be like, all right, guys, did they say whether this customization is per battle? I think it's just overall. I think it's campaign. So what you'll do is you'll customize your chapter, and then you'll treat it like it's a hero. And then like your leader, like your faction type stuff. That's what I'm thinking. So what's going to happen is we're going to have the giant piss beam. And then if we can't take over a planet by using our piss railguns to go through and like destroy some MFers, we're going to send the giant piss beam down onto the planet and destroy it.
Even years, hopefully, of like entertainment, of just making cool factions, hopefully sharing it with your friends and stuff like that as well, right? Like, and always comparing your kind of faction designs with one another. I'm really excited by that.
Wait, I just realized something. This is the reason we didn't get Chaos on launch. We didn't get Chaos on launch because they want to do CSM. And they're going to have CSM do the same exact stuff. But you have to add all the demon customization in too.
Well, all of that as well. But for me as well, it's something that's very different now with Total War, the Crusade Theatre concept, where, you know, we know how long a campaign can go on, how engaged you can be for hundreds of hours. I've done it myself for years, right? And then you go, great, that was a campaign. I invested so much time and effort. Now I'll start. It's very replayable. I'll start another one as a different faction. Great. But now you play that campaign, and that's another part of that jigsaw of your own internal narrative feeding onto a higher layer that moves gradually across the...
What it is it's New Game Plus. If you guys were ever like a fan of Nier Automata, right? Something like that. Like where your previous gameplays impacted your future gameplays, where like the true ending's hidden behind future gameplays. That's kind of what they're going for, right? They're going for the fact that like you are going to be playing through this. You're going to continue, and I guess the biggest problem is that, like, let's say in Total War right now where we're at, if you're a huge fan of, I almost said Ultramarines, holy shit, no, we're talking about fantasy. Let's say you're a huge fan of the Lizardmen, and you only want to play as the Slann, right, the big toad guy, and then you beat that campaign. When you relaunch Immortal Empires, it's very, very similar at the start. And you could do the same stuff and get a very similar feeling campaign. What they're trying to do is they're trying to be like, hey, Ultramarine fanboy, Sanguinius' simps. Do you wanna be a part? Do you wanna run your campaign again after running it? Okay, this time, due to the action that Sanguinius' simps had on the rest of the universe, you're going to start with these bonuses, or you start with this faction. Hating you.
Whole sector and then the whole galaxy. To me, it's that whole campaign experience just being a part of your journey, not the whole journey. And to me, that's so fundamentally new, and it just means it's just such a long.
This is the next evolution of Total War, and this is a really good way for it to go.
For previous years, so that's the bit for me that stands out, I think. Dave?
It's kind
Orcs,
of
maybe?
probably something to do with orcs. Maybe something to do with explosions.
Probably.
I think it's more like a litany of firsts, right? It's like, again, talking about the Lance Strike. It's the first time that you drag a Lance Strike across the battlefield, and the second time, and the third time.
Hey, I have to give this guy on the left props for something. He has a piercing in his ear and in his lip, and it still looks very professional. They're not like outrageous or anything like that. I see it and I go, oh, this is still a professional in the workplace, right? Which is crazy because I never, piercings like pierced lips and stuff like that and whatever always stick out. But this time it just didn't stick out whatsoever.
when you use it to obliterate buildings, to drag across units, that sort of satisfaction is so super tangible. It's the first time you shoot a tank, right, and you see it like veer off and hit a building and again cause a bit more destruction, cause a bit more chaos. It's the first time that you use like a psyker's ability, right, and sort of like blast apart an opponent, or see orcs teleporting in from somewhere unexpected. A weird boy going pew and jumping a bunch of boys right up in your face, or vice versa, right? And there's all those moments are in there, and I think there's so much love and care for the source material in there, and I think there's a lot of little bits that people find and kind of go, wow, this is there's some good stuff here.
Dude, I'm so excited for this.
That concludes Total War Warhammer 40,000 Developer Roundtable. Big thank you to our developers, our guests today. And then we're going to be back later in 2026, and we will bring you more content. We're going to bring you...
Bro, I just had a moment where I was like, they're going to be back in 2026. That's so far.
Battles. We're going to bring you campaign. And that's not all. We're going to go into deep dives. We're going to do blogs, videos, and all sorts of Q&As. So we will see you there.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for tuning in, and another massive thank you from everyone here at the Total War Warhammer 40,000 team. We'll see you next time.
Dude, that was so sick. Okay. Claps. Thank you so much, Total War team, for showing that off. That was super cool. I'm super excited for it. I think it's going to be great. I think I'm going to go out of my... I think I'm going to get ready to boot up Total War, the thing that we've been waiting for forever, right? We gotta continue the Cathay. All right, let's do this. I almost booted up Final Fantasy XIV. That's the wrong game. Dude, I've been playing so much Dota 2 lately, and I don't know if I'm happy about the fact that I'm playing like a whole bunch of Total War. Not Total War, I'm sorry. Dota 2. Dota 2 has just been crazy lately. Okay, let's do this. I need this to be on the actual Total War 3. We'll pull that up. I wonder, so I saw some work that someone put in that says that you could do like a light reaction on your stuff, so that when people look and people see stuff, like, you'll get like a little reaction on your screen for like lighting and whatever. I wonder if that's something that's worth putting through. I don't know. Guys, I waited so long to start Total War today. I feel a little bit bad. Just a wee little bad. That's all right, though. Okay, what do we got here? I don't remember what we were doing on Tuesday. It's been a little while. Population surplus within this province may now be spent on upgrading main settlement building. Okay, let's click and teleport to that. Okay, so we did upgrade, right? We're at the point where we have a surplus. Our control is okay. I gotta move this just a little bit because I can't see. I can't see for shit. Okay, I fixed it. Okay. Let's see. What did we do? We have a harmony building coming in here, like a yin, and we now need a yang building. We have a yang building here, but we need a yin building there to keep harmony. Oh, right. We were going on an ogre genocide. Fuck the ogres, guys. Now, what is this? Attack on the Great Bastion has started. Additional Chaos reinforcements will arrive while the threat remains full. Okay, well, I can't do anything about that right now. You haven't moved yet, but we're going to have you recruit. I think we need you to recruit more Jade Warriors and more Jade Crossbowmen. And then I could queue up a little bit, too. I'll queue up a Jade Warrior, a Jade Crossbowman. The problem is that I don't think I have enough to, like, justify doing, like, peasant horsemen and stuff like that, because I don't want my equality or harmony to like really get messed up. Let's see my character. Oh, I have a bunch of stuff here. Mods map unique. Uncharted passes 20% chance to appear in random nearby region upon ending turn. Campaign move range. Okay. Screw it. That sounds super fun. I don't know what any of that means, so we're gonna figure it out. I don't know what that is. Don't know what that is. So let's equip glittering scales. Oh, no, you have robes on. You don't need anything else. You're good. You're good. You're good. Now, you could get yourself a Jade Lion Whisper. I forgot that we had additional stuff. Banner of the Eternal Flame? I don't know what this is. Passive ability. Assigned unit. It's a banner. Gives flaming attacks. Understood. Okay, I need to train Xiaolong Peng up. Dude, I actually think this outfit is sick. I think that like the like Cathay stuff there is super cool. All right, let's move. Wait, what was that about fusing stuff? Select 2 magic items of the same rarity and category to fuse, producing a new item. Oh, interesting. So I could be like, oh no, I want to have that, right? So I want to be like 1, 2, 3, 2. So let's fuse these guys, right? And then I got a new thing here. Do they have to be the same type? Oh, they have to be the same category. Okay. Guys, we're about to have an RNG fest here. Gambler's armor. Yo, do you guys like to gamble? Well, I mean, we're not gambling right now, but still. Armor of Destiny. 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 No escaping what's for me. No? Anybody? No? That's just me? Okay. Well, we're going to put that on. I don't have the other half of this, right? Bound spell, wall of wind and fire, missile resistance. I think she's okay. I think she'll be fine. I don't know where I'm going to get more magic items, but after she gets a full army, I'm going to send her out down here, and I'm going to essentially have her, like, chat with folks. War Declared's there. Okay, we're getting passive income. Technology. I'm not... am I researching? Oh, no, I got 1 turn left for Jade Stance. Okay. All right, let's end the turn.
The Iron Dragon.
Wait, why are you moving? Huh? Did I tell him to move earlier or something? They want a trade agreement with me, and they are offering 300. Sure. I'm okay with... I don't know what trade agreements do for me overall. Like, I have no clue if... But, like...
resources are abundant in this place, my lord.
Oh,
Capture
hello.
it, and its riches will be yours.
All things in balance. Horns. Okay. Construct 3... Okay. Oh, did I complete these? I wonder if I completed these. Natural resources are abundant in this palace. Capture it and its riches will be yours. Jade Stance. Vigor loss reduction. Minus 15% for Jade Warriors. Jade Warriors with halberds and Jade Warrior. Okay, cool. My lord hasn't moved.
Hunger. Guided by Jamon.
Let's do my research. What is bureaucrat training? Income from Yang, growth all sources. I think we want growth, right? We'll do bureaucrat training, and then we'll do the other one.
The House of Secrets provides.
Can I fight this? Not yet. All right, that's fine. Oh, I'm down a unit there. Okay, well, whatever. You're still recruiting.
Service is every Cathayan's duty.
We'll get... We'll do that. And then I think we're just going to turn here, I think. Actually, let's check buildings.
This is a time of mystery.
That's fine. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Collecting income from a province will provide it with an additional recruitment slot at the cost of... Huh? If I turn... Oh, I'm negative right now. Okay. Okay, I need more money. I mean, whatever. It's fine. I don't exactly need more money in this very moment. So, what do I want? I'm still stuck in the Great Bastion, which is not a big deal. I guess I could try an Ivory Road again. Do I have another caravan that I could work with? Brought up in... Okay. Has an additional alchemist, +1 for alchemist. This one says... Have additional artillery units. I like the additional artillery units. The alchemist probably was better. So I want him to go, like... there. Did I get that? Was that correct? Destination needs to be... probably Krasakrak, right? Oh, I click it again if I want to go through routes. Okay. Oh, I can't. I can't. Never mind. I literally cannot go there. So, like, if I'm like, hey, I want to just go to Pig Harder. I wonder how I manually set my caravan. Whatever. We'll send with, like, 1K. 6 turns. All right, we'll try to defend it. Oh, why did it zoom in on me? Oh, because I clicked. I guess I hovered that? All right, no worries.
The dragons love
Okay, what do we have here? So we have that done. What's my harmony looking like? 0 in... current balance in harmony. Oh, so it does count for the province, it looks like, right? Am I crazy? Yeah. All right, sweet. It is province-based, which is, like, so much better. All right, let's try this. Hello, sir.
The celestial blacksmith, wrath of Shaman, ruler of the sky road.
Wait, where did I get attacked from? Goldtooth is attacking the western provinces. Decisive defeat. I guess I retreat, right? Why am I so, like... Oh, he did it again. Close defeat. Alright, I think we manually fight the battle, right? Oh, because he has reinforcements. Okay. Let me make sure my stuff's good. Okay, cool. Let's fight the battle. Guys, I might be in trouble. I don't know how I'm winning this fight. But I think I am going to... Because I'm defending here, right? Well, not defending. I mean, they're technically defending. All right. So we got a bunch of long spearmen, right? And we have a bunch of other guys here. So the first thing that I remember... Look, I remember from what people told me. People said stagger, right? So let's take my alchemist, bring him up here. Let's take my rocket battery, bring them up here for the time being while I stagger these guys, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, right? What does this mean that the harmony in... What does that mean for me? Harmony Yin. Activates within 60 meters of a Yang unit. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, this is a little weird. So, what are we looking at? This is a camp that's getting more reinforcements. They are literally going to wait for reinforcements. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring uphill and we're going to fight in an angle. I feel like that's the best way to do it. So let's move all my guys up here. Right? And instead of doing this like normal, let's move... Let's move these guys over here for the time being. Right? And we're going to go... Let's deploy like at an angle like this, right? So like this. Right? And then what we'll start to do is we'll start to like... I wish I could take away like the channel. Oh wait, no, start deployment. I just got to press that. My bad. Okay, so we're going to go back, checkered back, checkered back. Oh, wrong one. Checkered back, checkered back, right? And then the next thing we want to do is, I probably want to put the battery like there, right? And then I want Jade Warriors to be in front. So they'll probably be something like this. Then I need to block the flanks, which means that I need to be like this. Right? So something like this. The only thing I'm worried about is that the other day when someone told me, like, look, you know, you could box, but you could also... That could also just be the death of you by boxing. So... And then I gotta tell them to hold formation, right? So we'll do this, right? Just because we're gonna have someone charge through.
Never conquered.
Rocket battery.
And then I want to grab all my units and I want them to guard mode, right? I don't think this is a good idea. I think I probably should be engaging. But, hear me out. This allows me to kind of, like, be in the know. God, my peasant spearmen need to be somewhere.
Long spears. Order shall guide us to triumph.
Maybe something like this.
Zenyan's faithful. Zenyan's faithful.
That's the wrong way. Face this way. Okay, where's my quick... It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about my quick save button, right? Can I quick save right now? All right, never mind. Don't worry, guys. We'll be fine.
Embrace harmony. Fight in unison. Chase fear.
All right, what are you doing, dude?
This.
So they're literally going to wait until they get reinforcements. Guys, we are going to try to bring them down the best way possible using high ground if available. Honestly, I think we should probably have everybody stay. Is there a way for me to like have them stay in formation? Toggle guard mode. Nope. Never mind. What I was thinking is that we have us move up here, but I like don't think that'll do it. So we are going to hide here and let them march out if they are even going to march out at us. What I am going to do is, where's my flying guy? My flying guy is like transformation of the dragon, power stone, elixir of iron skin. Okay, where's my flying dude? My flying dude's right here.
With infinite pride.
Okay, let's have you scout.
Move as wind. Marching
I think I'm in trouble, by the way. Wait, how is my army count down? Oh, because I wasn't fully healed, was I?
Immediate.
Guys, I'm going to get my shit pushed in, aren't I? It's what I get for shouting that I'm an ogre racist, okay?
Naturally.
Okay, so scouting looks like all these guys are back here. Looks like they're not going up the hill. Oh god, the reinforcements are there. Honestly, if there was a way for me to go in where I wasn't going to be screwed from a reinforcement side, I probably would have. But I think they're just waiting.
For the moon dragon.
This is going to be so awkward.
The enemy use the forests to conceal their movements, my lord. Approach with caution.
Restore order.
I think we just poke. Okay, well now we flee.
Minds as one.
Can we bring them back to base? And by base, I mean my setup. Also, let's fast forward. Oh, nope, they just got killed. They just straight up got killed. That sucks. All right. There goes my flying unit. We're going to move like this, I think. All right, please don't tell me they go up that hill. If they go up that hill, I think I die. No, I don't. Okay, cool. Cool. We're good. We're good. Where's my cannon? Oh, is my cannon already firing at them? Let's go. Hell yeah, brother. They're going to run out of ammunition, though, right? So, like... I don't even know if it's worth it. Look, guys, we're going to wait it out. We're going to see what happens. Do I turn into a dragon? Okay. Now we're going to be in play here.
Come on, unleash. Come on, guides me.
Okay, where's my other guy?
Sorceress outcast.
Oh, they just broke my line.
Zhang faithful.
Well. I mean, this kind of works though. They're not like super all in on my dudes.
Minds as one. Celestial fury. Long spears.
Oh, did my lord just... What's my lord doing? What are you doing, bud? Let's do this. Oh, God. They have so many foes, dude. I don't even think I'm going to get close to surviving this. Oh. Guys, I think I got routed. Look, you know what? Oh no, my hero's about to die. Oh my god. Alright, I just got destroyed, dude. I don't think there's any way I come out of this okay. If my hero dies, the campaign's over, right? Oh, Lord. Okay. All my range need to be on their Lord.
Retreat. Withdraw. Celestial fury.
Dude, you guys need to...
By
I needed to micro this better. I'm gonna be real honest. I kind of just sat there and let my box like do nothing and let all my guys get hit. Yeah, this was not a good idea. Yeah, look at my army just dying. Close defeat. Victory was in your grasp, so close you could taste it. I don't think it was that close, dude. I think their reinforcements came in and just destroyed all my things. I don't know, dude. I don't know how to feel about this. I really don't know how to feel about this. This sucks. Sucks hardcore. That's all right. This sucks, dude. It sucks so hard. All right. Close defeat. My hero is wounded. I wonder if I could have done it if I didn't have him in there. Like directly in there. Screw it. We'll take the Empire Captain again. Oof. All right. So what happens now that my garrison lord is...
Blooded sugar gun.
Lord Magistrate, reporting.
Where the heck is my lord now? So he's now wounded, and they are now in my spot, like in my house, right?
Spread the Emperor's words.
Oh, and we're gonna go here real quick.
Emperor's flag.
I would like to recruit a hero. I cannot recruit any heroes. I can't recruit any more lords. So this is my only army right now.
Wherever Cathay needs me.
So like if I go and I refight him,
Vile blood.
The enemy mass in considerable force, my lord. It may be wise to consider a retreat.
I don't know how to deal with
such
them.
numbers.
Did I just like get unlucky? Or was I supposed to deal with them sooner? Like how the hell am I supposed to kill these guys? They are so like...
Destiny must wait.
All right, well, let's go into march stance, I guess.
Erect a shrine to our ancestors.
Can I recruit more
I will
dudes?
not tolerate sloth.
Oh, okay, I can't switch stances. All right, never mind. Bro! They are just killing my stuff, so auto-resolve. Yeah, they're just kind of screwing me up. I'm not sure what to do in this case.
You would be wise to grow your settlements.
Yeah, you think?
Investment at home brings improved facilities and defenses. Such improvements will pay dividends when waging war abroad.
I think I need to... I think Dragon Emperor's Wrath is the way to go. Dude, I think I got destroyed here. I don't know what to do here. Building upgrade available. I don't think I should be upgrading here. I think I need to just try to make another army. I'm not sure what to do when someone's like in my face like this, right? Sure, that's fine. And then this can be upgraded there. Well, end turn. If he just sacks me, I'm pretty sure I just die. Yeah, I don't really have anything here. Auto-resolve it? Bruh. Guys, I think this is it for my Cathay run, guys. Like, I'm not quite sure what to do for this, for this campaign. I think I went in a little bit too strong with Goldtooth. Yep, they killed my lord. Yeah, guys. That sucks. I think we just call it. Is there a way for me to surrender the campaign? Menu. Advisor. Campaign search. I'm complaining to a friend right now. What the fuck am I supposed to... Hey, you busy? I need to know if my campaign is over. Let's see if he's around. I just called... I'm texting a buddy. I'm in my server's VC to give you the rundown. Yeah, I like have no army left, right, or anything else. So it's like I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to do, which is kind of crazy. All right.
Yo, what up?
Hey. Yo, what up, Laffy? So I need to have a question. Oh my God, your Discord React thing is so big. I gotta shrink it. Okay, so I have a question for you. I can also screen share at the same time. Give me 1 sec. So this is easier for you. So I got my main army kind of just handed to me by Goldtooth here. Then my secondary army got immediately crushed while in the city. They took one of my cities. I have no armies and no lords available. I have a ton of economy, but like, well, a ton in quotes, right? But I have 2 buildings here, and that's it.
How far is that your main? Where's your main at?
My main's right here.
Okay, yeah, I think this is over.
Okay, cool.
Let me see the armies.
Yeah, hold on.
That they have.
Goldtooth had like 13, and then this guy's basically all full.
And he's got... I don't see any well, I don't know orcs too well, or ogres too well, but...
I had decisive losses every single time that they fought.
Yeah, this might be a reboot.
Okay, cool. I figured I'd ask before I sit here and I struggle to try to get it back, and it's just like a loss. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you could try. It's gonna be over in like 3 turns. I think they're gonna come straight for your main now, probably. Yeah. And you can try to get an army together and just see what you can do, just for funsies.
Yeah, well, I have no legend. Like, my legendary lord's dead, right? I could grab another dragon blooded, but I don't have enough time to recruit people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, once you lose your legendary lord, it's pretty much over, right?
Yeah, so I had marched...
I mean, you can keep going, obviously, if you have, like, other lords and whatever going along, but...
Yeah, that's why I didn't...
Legendary lord sucks so bad.
Yeah, that's why I didn't surrender. So what I did was I sat my guy right here, and I was like, okay, cool. You know, like, I'll be ready to siege the city. Then their lord came down, and that plus the reinforcements, like, gave me close to feet. Yeah. Well, the game's like, you know, so you should take it.
Next time you post up. So yeah, that's your lesson learned there. Is next time you post up, make sure you're out of reinforcements range of settlement or whatever. So
yeah, I have to just sit there and wait. Also, look at this fucking.
Yeah, that shit's so cool.
That's so rad. Okay, cool. I mean, yeah, the problem was that the game literally went, you know, you should take this mall gate, right? And I went, oh, okay, I'll go take the mall gate now. And then not realizing that, like, the mall gate is, like, you know.
Yeah, it'll do that a lot in the campaign. It'll be like, this is part of the tutorial, and not explain that, like, you need a real army for this part of the tutorial.
Yeah, or you need...
So it's like, you gotta go, like, you know, the other places and stuff first, and, like, build up your armies, build up your economy for a bit. Because, like, the early part of every campaign is always, like, boom, 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 you do all your stuff. And then once you, like, take over your first, like, province, or, like... your first like big region, that's when it's like you got to slow down and start building up your economy and start building up your armies. Build up your tech is a really big part of like before you leave your first region.
Yeah,
at least in these like city-based civs.
Yeah, like my tech was okay. It just wasn't the best, right? Like
this isn't bad. Yeah, this isn't bad. Like you got into the second tier. You probably want to get like 1/3 tier before you leave, usually, right?
Yeah.
This is a good start.
Yeah, I think
you gotta lose your first like I think 5 campaigns before you.
Yeah,
really
like 5 or 10, right? And like you know, I was doing like harmony stuff. Obviously, my Yang stuff's all out of whack because this was my Yang city, right?
Oh yeah.
So okay, cool. I mean, at least I just have to know when to call it and not, because the thing I didn't want to do was be like, okay, I'm gonna call it here, and then you know, people to be like, and like you know, like you and other people to be like, look, you know, you could come back from this. Like this is easy to come back from. Just do this, and this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you could hypothetically come back from this, but it would be very, very difficult and not worth your time.
And very, very like. I'd be so behind
and frustrating, like very discouraging. I think if you tried to salvage this, so,
I would have to make
better
armies.
to just restart.
Yeah, I'd have to make
like
armies and just feed them into it. You know what I mean? Like I'd have to like, you know, recruit a lord.
You'd have to basically go on the run. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I would have to probably hang out here, right, and constantly feed armies into it to try to dwindle them down. And it's just not worth it. Sweet. Alrighty. Well, thank you, Laffy. I appreciate you.
Yep.
Peace out.
I'll check you later, dude.
Well, guys, we know something was wrong. That sucks. That sucks. We will quit to main menu now. Let's get a new campaign rolling, and we will figure out what we're doing here. I had someone in the YouTube comments be like, oh god. I had someone in the YouTube comments that was like, you should play Slaanesh. You would like Slaanesh. So we should try Slaanesh. You guys want to try Slaanesh? That might be super fun.
Indulgence is the only law.
All
the realms, a stage.
So there's the Eternal Mask, which is kind of cool. This is like demonettes.
Drink deep, my thrall.
I'm just trying to think of what else there could be, right? So like we could do vampire counts.
Let us, King of Darkness.
I don't think I want to do the vampire counts just yet. I almost want to give Cathay another try, but if I were to do Cathay again, I would like to do it with like the Jade Dragon.
The Dragon Emperor's orders,
But
and those who fail him.
I mean that is kind of sick though. All right, let's do
In human form.
I fight for the greater good.
we could do Tyrion. I know that like last time I had played Techless,
Lord Master of Hoeth.
but like it just wasn't great.
I am Tyrion, heir of Anarion.
Let's see what else is here. Guys, this is the hardest part. The hardest part is figuring out what I want to play. We can play dwarves.
I must fulfill my Slayer oath.
What is oh god, is this the dude that does Slayers? Unit and spell browser? Let's take a look and see. I mean, we could do dwarves. Dwarves are kind of cool.
Retake the realms. I send
It continues his age of reckoning, setting out to crush those with unanswered transgressions. Let's see what else is here, because I haven't seen a lot of this stuff. I've seen Nazca. I think apparently he's supposed to be like, the Norska stuff is supposed to be like super complicated. We could just play Lizardmen. Last Defenders. You know what? Oh, I don't want to play demons, right? Demons are a little bit rough. We could play the guys that we lost to, which are the Ogre Kingdoms. But
the forest calls.
I think I want to try some Wood Elves. I know that sounds really weird to say, but like... do I want to do Wood Elves? I could do Grand Cathay with the other one. Guys, this is the hardest part, figuring out what I want. Nope, someone said in chat that I'd like Slaanesh. Let's do Slaanesh. Am I playing Seducers, or am I playing the Denied one? You know what? Screw it. We're doing... this is like the new one, right? This is one of the new units released. We're going to do Slaanesh. Oh, we know it's a loading screen because I do the thing where my model goes all over the place.
Deep within the chaos wastes.
All right, let me switch my thing on YouTube. Okay, change the title, save the title change. That sucks. Whatever.
Whatever and whomever she desires is hers to ruin.
I kind of wanted to try Techless again, because, like, now that I have a general idea of what's going on and, like, how to play the game a bit, Magic would be very fun, but I might do that in, like, my off time. I might do that in, like, my personal campaign where I'm, like, you know, watching Netflix while playing. Her serpentine form. Ayo.
And she shall be denied no longer.
Well, like, we're trying to do, like, pleasure shit, right? So... hold on one second. Yo, Shady Backstabber? That's a green skin? Okay. Tormentors can construct 3 specialized settlement types. Pleasure palaces, Awuga, but are limited in number and restricted to the major settlements. Thrall camps allow the regional harvesting of thralls to siphon towards global use. Okay, so this is like one of my bigger resources, right? Then Decadence Palace. Okay. Tormentor holds offer limited unit recruit, allow you to exert control over an area. Use the Decadence earned by your pleasure palaces to purchase Tormentor's tributes. Okay. Use armies boons of Slaanesh to return for thrall. Okay, so thralls are my resources for boons and other stuff too. Defeat enemies and perform successful hero actions to give enemy characters gifts of Slaanesh that impose negative effects upon them and can earn you more followers. Okay. Interesting. Can I try to go for the... Okay. Before we do anything, let me pause. Let me save. Where's... Do we know what my quick save button is? Okay, well, we'll just do a normal save right off the bat, because the last thing that I want to do is I want to make sure I don't immediately lose. So, if I do this, right, modifies the replenishment by 20. Okay, so I cannot, like, assassinate. Okay, so if I go in, replenish the troops, right-click to embed email. Okay, cool.
I bring the gift of darkness.
This is my place right now, right? So I have that. I could technically start my upgrade for the devoted marauders of Slaanesh. Okay. Can I recruit? Should I wait to recruit? I probably should recruit. Recruit units. Marauders of Slaanesh. Devoted spear. Okay, so it's either spears or not spears. What is this? I spend thralls to give my army something quickly. How many thralls do I have? I have 200 thralls. Can I build this? I don't have the gateway, so I cannot build. Interesting. So I just landed here. Okay. Let's go to technology. I don't know if I want to do this. Thralls per turn. Which one's this one? Plus leadership for all non-demonic units. Okay. Prince's protection. Physical resistance for all. So it's either demons or non-demons. I don't... How many demons do I have in my group? Marauders are not demons. I'm guessing devoted are not demons. Champion of Slaanesh is monstrous infantry. I'm assuming these are demons. Okay.
Torment calls. Obey it.
Is this guy within reinforcement range?
Enticing. Entrancing.
Can I... Let's do that. Now, what's my cult upgrade? Wait, what is this? The Grand Cabal. Oh, wait, I have a cult inside this place. Okay. So I get to... Words of Temptation. Have you ever wondered, Okay, come closer. Now, if I do this, right? Discover ability plus 50, plus 40, plus 40, plus 40. Growth control Slaanesh corruption, income from all buildings. Corrupt units minus 50, favor towards... Okay. Charm offensive, minus 10 thralls a turn. Temporary demonic relations bonuses with the settlement's owner. What is this? 10 thralls a person. Okay, so hold on. Let me help pages. I don't know what this is doing. Okay. We'll do the thing that gets me 10 thralls a turn. Oh, I see. I see. So, like, I have a cult there, right? I have a cult following there. But, like, if I want to go here, and I'm like, okay, I don't have a cult here. So let's see here, right? I don't have a cult here either. Okay, so how do I establish cults? That's a really good question. All right, we have staunch fighters or we have sensations. 6 is the number of the Dark Prince. 6 are the okay, cool. Growth plus 15. Okay, we're going to go to disciples. We're going to train staunch fighters. Okay. Let's recruit more guys before we go in and kill the green skin. Total favor, thralls. Okay, establish a pleasure palace. What? Where did I establish a pleasure palace? Was that the... Oh, I haven't done it yet. I have to do it. Got it. Understood. So let's go attack now that we have a bunch of new people. Okay, now he retreated back to his city. Now, if I go like this, subtle engagement, ambush success. Okay. I'm not going to do that just yet. I would like to... Okay, understood. So if I go and I attack Shady Backstabber. Decisive victory. Oh, I gotta change the settings, guys. I completely forgot. AI stats modifier, battle difficulty hard. Easy. Okay, apply changes. Okay. So, let's see. Settlement garrison. Decisive victory. Let's see how my units fight. I'm not good at settlement fighting, but you know what? We gotta learn somehow, right? We gotta learn some way. I just wish I had like a little bit more like rock and roll type music going on. But, you know, it is what it is. Ray, I didn't see you redeem the first. Thanks for redeeming the first, bud. Hope you're having a great day today. I did get your message. Appreciate you. Okay, start battle. How do we want to do this? We got a bunch of... So what are we going into? We're going into spearmen. We're going into archers. Archers. Okay. Raiders. Raiders. Okay. And then reinforcements are coming in soon. So, from what I was told before, the answer is, remember that people... they're just going to wait for reinforcements to come up. So let's do this. Let's do this. So let's make a hammer and anvil, right? So... Oops. I got to do it the other way, right? Nope, they have to be... Ah, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. So spears are going to go on the sides, right? On both sides. And then I want to do something like this, right? And I guess even the anvil could be my lord if I really wanted it to be. But we're going to do this, and we're going to make an anvil. Right? I'm probably doing this wrong, by the way. Wanted to let you all know. Okay, let's do it. Let's start the battle.
Captives taken in battle make excellent playthings for the Prince of Pleasure. The blessings of Slaanesh will multiply.
We're gonna run straight in. Hold on. Oh shit! I wanted to see what that note was. All right, that's fine. We're gonna let my units kind of stay back. Oh, dude, I'm so fucking fast. I gotta make sure that they move with the group. This needs to be a group. That's that. My archers need to like... I mean, that's fine. Then what we're going to do is we're going to have these guys go in. Right? These guys go into here. We'll have this guy go into here. This guy come in and be like on the side. And then have these guys come in like here. And then like go in on the side like that. And then have these guys go in and then crash in like that. Is everybody else doing something? You're a melee specialist. You're doing nothing. Where the heck's my main line? My main line is these guys, right? Let's have them march forward. These guys could probably just go right after the Lord. What does my Lord do? Dance of Destruction. Manly Execute. Mutually exclusive. Okay.
Destruction. Your own, if you must. Most devoted servants.
I don't know what's going on, guys. This is a little bit more rough than what I'm used to. I need to watch something about, like, Hammer and Anvil.
With pleasure.
You know what I mean? Like, I gotta know, like, exactly what I'm doing with Hammer and Anvil. Okay, I killed their lord. I wish there was a way for me to, like, march forward and attack at will. And maybe there is. Maybe there is. Maybe I gotta learn that a little bit better. Where's my ranged units? These are the Marauders.
Ready and willing. Slaanesh
Are these guys just firing at me? Okay, well, you know what? Fuck them.
disciplined devotees.
Wonder if they're gonna give up. Probably not. I don't even know what this does. Oh, it does, like, it's an activated ability just to deal damage. Understood.
The blades.
No. Let's have you guys help out here. Oh, I clicked out of the window.
We submit, driven by pain.
It's pretty bad. Where do I even go? Oh, okay. We have another thing going right there. Okay. This is pretty bad, guys. I should probably have not set up like this. I need to take some time. I need to go to class, guys. I need to go to school. I got to figure out what I'm supposed to do, like how I'm supposed to, like beginners, like guides on like making sure. Okay.
Rising in anticipation.
Did that even work?
A capricious decision.
Oh, I see. I probably rotate between dances.
Seeking Slaanesh's embrace.
Okay, where's my ranged guys? You guys are my ranged guys? I want you guys to set up here. Let's pause real quick. Let's set up my spear guys like here. Sword guys like here. Right, sword guys like here. Let's just get ourselves like all set up. Let's not be as messy as we were being. Just because we can be messy doesn't mean that I want to be messy, right? Just because we can afford it doesn't mean we should be. Then we'll have my heroes come right up here. Or they'll be like right down here. And let's fast forward just a little bit because we're taking so long here. Oh, I lost a set of warriors. Interesting. Is it because I'm just getting fired on for free?
Bring us soap. Finding fresh soap. Seeking Slaanesh's embrace.
You need to move in, dude. I don't know what you're doing.
Denied no more. I taste triumph.
Let you guys chase. Let's go after their ranged guys. Oh my god, my hero's gonna die if I don't pay attention. God, dude, I have not been paying attention. Don't kill my...
Intimacy. Your claws die.
I should have just set up a defensive.
Fancy. The thrill of terror.
Okay, cool. We got a victory. I almost lost my legendary lord because I wasn't paying attention. It was a close victory because I didn't know how to march my guys in. Like, you guys were telling me last time that we played that I have to be very careful about marching my guys in. Because if I'm not, then, you know, I'll get, like, SOL, like, real quick. Okay. Oh. All right, what do we want to do? Devour the captives. That's not really that great. Dominate captives to get thralls or offer as tribute. We probably want additional thralls early on, right? Let's do that. Enemy killed in battle. Shady backstabber killed. Sweet.
The acquisition of lands is the surest path to supremacy.
I like we were talking about earlier. I need to like sit and really learn stuff. Okay, shitty backstab is killed. Relic sword goes on T'Challa, the denied one. And then so yeah, let's take it over. We're gonna auto resolve this, I believe.
I yearn for it.
Okay. Occupy this settlement as a thrall camp allows you to generate thralls. Okay. What the hell is a tormentor hall? I mean, we're gonna do a thrall camp, right?
These may last.
Settlements are cities and ports. Blah blah blah. Do this here. Got it.
See that much of this area lies under your control. Complete the acquisition of this province.
I see. I see how we're supposed to do this.
Over those that exist there.
Capture Providence. Okay. Where's T'Challa? Unassign skill points. Okay. I like Route Marcher, and then I like Hates Corn, Elven Hatred. Hell yeah, brother. Recruitment cost -5 might be huge here. And then let's go to our guy here. Let's do Dance of Death as your first thing. And then let's go to T'Challa, and let's go to character details. Let's go to details. I want to give you items. I want to give you a... Oh, you already have the relic sword. I want to give you Potion of Strength. Okay. Guys, I think for now, we're going to call it here because I want to take care of some stuff and really kind of research how I'm supposed to be doing combat before I really get into it. Especially because, like, Slaanesh seems a little bit harder. So we're going to be back. We'll probably be back Tuesday or Thursday next week. Oh, wait. Next week is Christmas. Okay. Keep an eye out on Twitter or X or wherever you want to call for what my stream schedule is going to be next week, because it might be all over the place. I will hit you guys up later and figure out when I'm going to stream then. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to head out. Have a fantastic night, guys. And let's see who we can raid into over on Twitch. Let's go raid Xanis, dude. I think he's with someone else for their subathon, so... Yeah, guys, I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much for coming out. Thank you for hanging. I super appreciate all you guys all across Kick, Twitch, and YouTube. And guys, I'll see you soon. Have a great night. Bye-bye. Now, over on YouTube, I don't think there's like a raid function, so don't worry about it. But guys, thank you so much. I'll see you guys soon. Man, I'm thinking, what if we did like Pal World this weekend? That might be fun. We do like a collab with some of my friends, and we just kind of vibe. Not like streamer friends, but like hanging out friends type of deal. Like my actual factual friends. So, alrighty, guys.